Okay, welcome to my podcast here. For whatever reason, my camera isn't working. I think that my laptop is going out on the brink. I'm not sure, so I'm going to read you my dreams from April 2017. This is a podcast, but you can see the video, but it's under podcast. So, April 2017. I hope this works because I don't know what else to do here. I got to have my camera, right? The first one is parallel lines do not meet. I think this is like my third try doing this. These two guys are looking for a ledge with snow. On it, another guy is looking for another one, which isn't there. There also is another woman, something comical, but cannot remember dream. There are three women who are standing up in a room. One looks like she is standing behind the counter. The one behind the counter wants to see the first woman to read her palms. The second woman in the line tells the woman behind the counter that she has a lot of parallel lines, whatever the F that means. The woman behind the counter wanted to see how much longer she had to live. She told her she doesn't drink or smoke. Then this older guy who has been in recent dreams and helping some young girl suddenly appears in this dream. The first woman, since the second woman was trying to sell her truck for $5,000 or $10,000. Okay, so I vaguely remember these guys. They would just like went outside of their house, and they're like, when you first walk out, there was like a sidewalk, but to the left a little bit is like this, a ledge, a wooden ledge, and there was snow on it. And this is April. So it's rare for me to have dreams about snow when it's not snow season. And I've had dreams of snow even though I was not in a snow area. So anyway, what this was is I looked up do not meet. And because I was like, what does this dream mean, right? And so, parallel lines, and it says do not meet. And for the most part, I think that's true because when I lived in the Pacific Northwest, I would have dreams and I would get them sometimes like a month in advance. So I would always write down the date. That's important because sometimes, and a good part of the time, things would happen in real life that coincided with the dream. And so I had to dodge quite a bit of destruction. And I don't know if that was always good because you got to have the good with the bad, right? So if something bad happens and there's good that comes out of it. But I was pretty dead set on staying where I was because the manager was supposed to give me a job, and that never came to pass. And so that was part of it. Yeah, so there's kind of some regrets with that, but I don't know. I just felt like that would eventually happen, and it never did. I know exactly where this takes place at. I was not living there, but it was someplace that I had visited in the dream, in real life. So then I just told her, well, I don't drink or smoke, which is true. But you can't really sit there and say, well, how much longer do you have to live? But like when I was in my, I think I was 19, I had someone read my palms, and this was like the first time I had that. And she said I was going to have a good long life. And then I was supposed to have two strong-willed girls, or a girl and a boy, and that didn't come to pass. And so, and I don't really think I ever would have been able to have children, to be honest. I've had some polyps removed or whatever, so I don't know if I could have ever gone to full term. And then I have the Rh negative factor, which means that the first child would be okay, but the second, the blood of the baby and me cannot mix, or else the child, the baby, would have deformities, physical deformities or mental, I don't know. So anyway, so I don't know where this was actually at a Greyhound station. It was like just a really small town in the middle of nowhere in the dream. Like I said, I visited there. And, but I don't know why they wanted to read my palms. They were actually working there. So that was a little weird. Okay. So anyway, the next dream is going to be the plane from, Fantasy Island. I don't know if you guys are probably not old enough to remember that show. But anyway, the second dream that I had, that I may have been actually in the dream, I have been totally derailed since I moved to a new residence here in August. Okay, so that's in real life. In the middle of nowhere, I was leaving possibly a plane or a ferry. I was walking down a beige looking passenger boarding terminal jetway that turned right. I sensed I wasn't carrying any luggage, nor did I see any people. Okay, so this is a little strange because every flight that I've ever, or any plane that I've ever been on, it's a commercial airline. It's at the major airport, so this was kind of weird. And I don't know why I was thinking of tattoo during this dream. The plane, he always used to say that. The plane, boss or whatever. So the next dream is sleeping bag. As a woman is turning her head, she sees another woman sitting on a couch. A woman is confused about her loan, so a woman explained it to her. An older woman with black hair showed up at her place, and the woman hesitantly asked her questions regarding the loan. She plans to spend the night at her longtime friend's place, so she brings her sleeping bag. She will be taking public transportation to get there. Okay, so the woman is me. I don't know why I would be confused about my loan. You owe a heck of a lot of money, allegedly, or whatever. Actually, I should just be able to get those written off. But you know how hard that is nowadays. Anyway. So, yeah, I have my friend and his girlfriend. I have spent, too many nights spending the night there, unfortunately, in the last couple of years. And, it's usually like, I have something to do in the city where they live, or I'm traveling somewhere or getting back somewhere. That's usually the situation. So the next dream is Crush. This dream is pretty short. These two girls are sitting down at a table and discussing schools they attended. One wasn't trained too well in the lab. Then there is a guy around who seems to have a crush on one of the girls. Okay. So I had, in high school and in college, my favorite, I liked biology and human anatomy, but I didn't do well in chemistry. So that's what I mean by lab. And I had this lab partner, and she just did everything. She's just really smart. So, I just wasn't good at chemistry in high school. And I would not take it in college because I got like a D in high school. And I usually got like C's or whatever. And then when I got to college, I got A's and B's. That's because I worked my ass off. I thought if I just worked hard like my grandma that I could make something of myself, and that didn't really come to pass either. But that's kind of the how it was growing up. Is I just in my age group or whatever, they just it's different. Seems like you got to know people. Okay, so the next dream is Big Apple. I just got back from a short trip. I never remember any of my dreams. When I travel or I'm staying at someone's place, I do not know why. So last night when I finally got home, I had a very short dream. I just was going down in an elevator. It kind of reminded me of the elevator, in the movie Cabin in the Woods. Also, when I woke up, one of my relatives posted a comment on Facebook about an elevator at a hotel and at the Big Apple. Also, one of my followers has an entry about the Big Apple as well. So that happens sometimes, like whatever, I have a dream or I'll think of a word, like I just thought of the word runaway. So then I see somebody posting that word and I don't know what it means or why that would come up, but it's that happens and it's just a different word and I don't really mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything when that happens. It's just a coincidence, but I mean, it's more than a coincidence because there's 2 or 3 of them, right? But I don't know. I don't really think there's any meaning into any of this most of the time. Because the Big Apple, I don't think that if it's a short trip, it wasn't to New York. The Big Apple. So I don't know why I write this. I never remember in my dreams. Well, I'm sure I probably have stated that before, that when I dream, like when I'm traveling, I rarely, if ever, have dreams. And when I would stay at my friends and his girlfriends, I would rarely have dreams there. But I have had dreams in which I'm sleeping, because I was sleeping in their spare bedroom with a sleeping bag or not. And because it was cooler in there. And I would I would be half asleep or I would be woken up by someone coming in there to talk to me. Like one time it was an old lady or whatever. That's happened a couple times. But the reason why I don't have as many dreams is because when I do have dreams, that I can usually pick up what's going on in my environment or sometimes other people's environment, mostly mine. But I need to be stationary because I've had dreams in which, and I am sure I've probably stated this in dreams, and I can, in most of my dreams, like if there is a certain location, like I can detect on what location of the United States the dream takes place. Sometimes I cannot. Like I'll be like, where is that? But sometimes I cannot. So I need to, for whatever reason, I need to be stationary to pick that up. Not always, but I've kind of noticed that like when I like move or whatever, that it takes me a little bit to have more dreams. Okay, so the next dream is a girl with long black hair is squatting down on her hardwood floor. She has a cardboard box in front of her. She has her front door partially opened, and a guy with black hair and brown eyes passes by her door as he is leaving the building. I hear a woman's voice in the dream appeal. Nighttime, a woman approaches a young guy with brown eyes and brown hair. It has been a long time since I have seen this before. A car that is going up and down a hilly road. The woman goes to pick up some items at a store. She sees other women shopping at store and notices a few cars in the parking lot. Well, I don't remember these dreams. I mean, this is April 2017. Got my back is the next dream. It looks like, I'm not even doing that. I can see the back of 2 overweight African-American women sitting down. They have this sea-colored blue thing in front of them. I don't remember that dream. Let's see. Okay, wad of money is the next dream. There's a room mainly full of white guys and a woman who is on the phone. Excuse me. In this dream, I can feel a guy carrying a wad of money in his front pocket. Like he's kind of just reaching in and it's there. Now, I really haven't had too many dreams of people with wads of money. Okay, there was one other one. Well, it was a bunch of Mexican or Spanish men, like they were at this long table. So I don't know what group it was or whatever, but some guy had a lot of money in his pocket there. Now this is white guys. So I don't know. And then there was this one other time in which this one girl's daughter, they had like a whole container full of a lot of money. But I don't, and that was in some kind of container they had. So I don't know what it all means. And I don't know where I don't know who these people are in the dream. Buzz haircut. I see a guy with a short buzzed haircut dressed in a suit leaving a building. Then an old friend of mine with blonde hair is in his apartment by himself. So that's probably one of my former friends. Trailer and highways. Okay, trailer. I dream there seems to be a guy walking back and forth, possibly in his trailer. And a couple of women are driving through highways. This woman turns off her stereo that is sitting on the floor. She has a sliding glass door with shades. Red hair. A woman seems to be in a museum, possibly looking at a prehistoric item, mummies. Then there is an overweight woman with long red hair sitting at her desk. Okay, so like this could have been a time, this is April 2017, and so I could have been researching. I don't remember the time. I finally made it to Boston. I've been to Boston twice. And in my 20s, it was like, oh, I'm Irish. You know, like I was prancing around like an Irish leprechaun. And to find out that's not the major ancestry in me, the most, but it is in there. So I was a little disappointed. But anyway, so I could have been researching like places to visit or something. And this is maybe how this kind of triggered this dream. You hear that? No, I'm not hearing things, at least not today, right? No, there's planes that go by. They haven't been going by for a little bit that I noticed, but old friend is the next dream. I felt anxious upon awakening. A woman is hanging out with an old friend that she hasn't seen in a very long time. They are in a front room, and then they head to possibly a casino. The woman is possibly putting a card into the slot of the casino. She doesn't have to pay rent next month. So, then I put in here, there seems to be several entries of different women this month of April. So this is weird. I mean, I've had just maybe 2 dreams in which I don't have to pay rent that month. And this is April 2017. So that doesn't really make any sense. It says she doesn't have to pay rent next month. So it's at a casino. $54. In this dream, I can see shirtless men in a group who may be wearing swimming trunks. A woman lives in a small town and trying to get public transportation. She gives a man at a counter $54 in cash. I've never been to this place, but second time dream of area. I don't remember this dream, man. Well, usually with numbers, I'm pretty right on. I've had dreams about certain numbers, you know, and then sometimes a good part of the time it's kind of correct. Mechanics. Okay, I think this is the last one of April. I want to get this done, but I hope it's going to record. A woman is helping children that are close to a filthy room in the basement or possibly a mechanics store. Well, I'm thinking of the restroom. 2 women do not want to get blamed for 2 people who get lost in hallway and wants the manager to take responsibility. A woman walks into a break room with several guys sitting at a lunch table and rows of chairs. Also, I see bunk beds with a woman sitting on top bunk and a man on the bottom bunk. It reminds me of the shaft for an elevator in the movie The City of Lost Children. The character, little brother who is always eating, big brother finds him in an elevator shaft with a plate full of food. The City of Lost Children is a very good movie, in my opinion. It's a French movie. It's an older movie, of course, because I'm older, but it's a good movie. So whatever, I just remember that going to a basement and the basement was filthy. But when I think of like a dirty bathroom, I think of a mechanic's bath restroom, because whenever I go, and this is just my opinion, when I go into a restroom, if there's any bathroom that's dirty, it's a mechanic's. Okay, a bunch of guys around, they're not like, into cleaning, maybe not, but they're guys, man, So because that was just about, free month, right, for rent. And then it says, is there something about something was lost and they wants the manager to take responsibility? So that's it. I think that's it for April. Yes. Oh, no, there's one more. Ransacked. Okay. This is the last one. A woman is walking around in a ghetto neighborhood. It looks like California. She returns to her apartment building and there is water damage and the walls are leaking water and the stairs have debris. Her apartment looks as if it has been ransacked and the walls have been vandalized with blue or yellow spray paint. There may be some damage to some of her furniture as well. Her purse is empty, a neighbor is there, and she wants to put items in her friend's storage. Later, she attends a meeting. Okay, well, I don't really want to read that. Sometimes I add things to this, and I don't really wish I didn't do that, but anyway. So the woman, of course, is me. I don't remember the water damage, but I do remember the vandalization. It was kind of weird. It was like there were some carpeted stairs. There was a carpeted floor or whatever. And I remember that the place was ransacked. And the walls were like, there was spray paint on the walls, blue or yellow. And her purse was empty. So, I think from what I recall is a friend of mine, he had his place ransacked like once. And I don't know if he ever found out who did it or whatever, but that might be why I had this dream. I don't know. So let's see here. So that's going to be it for April 2017. And I hope that this recorded and I can upload it for my podcast.